Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's SG13, and this is the recap video of various hand jars of COD number 12, and the first episode where I will actually not play any videos. And when I say not play any videos, I actually don't mean that I won't be doing any at all. I'm only going to play videos that I feel like are necessary, so that would include like jars that sounded really interesting, or jars that sounded really bad, and I can't really explain it very well, or some honorable mentions about the sound of the jar. On this episode of various hand jars of COD, basically, the majority of the jars that you're going to be seeing in this compilation were on Route 8 on William Flynn Highway, so that's along Gibsonia, Valencia, and some of Butler. Some of the locations in Butler are actually not part of Route 8, but they're mainly on the south portion. So basically, I'm going to be going through all these jars in this compilation and discuss each and every one of them. So let's get started. The first jar here, which is a bad way to start the comp, but it's fine because we got tons of jars to get to. This accelerator is at the subway on William Flynn Highway in Allison Park, and it was made in 2013 with the 1.1 nozzle, so it would have probably been a really good accelerator if it was working. Now onto the Dyson Airblade VHO2. So this is one of two Airblade VHO2s in this comp. Anyway, this is at the 80 Red American Natural in Gibsonia. I saw this was confirmed at that place, so no prediction needed. Someone made a Find My Maps, like a Find My Maps sort of thing they did on every jar that they ran into and found, and it seems like this location was in it, so anyway, this HO2 is nice, performed very good, and sound was average. So, yeah, now, like I just mentioned, another HO2. So this is at the Eatery at American Natural Valencia. That was, and Airblade V was also my prediction. Just like the other one, this one performed exactly the same, obviously, because they're the same jar. And again, no negative comments about using this, so there you go. Now onto the Vortex at the Sheets on Pittsburgh Road. This did not have a known year, so obviously I couldn't identify that. Regardless, this was a nice jar. The sound of this was kind of interesting. I discussed this already in various hand jars of COD number 7 recap, where the Sheets on Mostside Boulevard also had a Vortex that sounded pretty identical to this. But regardless, they drive very nicely, and no negative uses whatsoever. So the first accelerator of this comp was actually at a Save-A-Lot, and there were two Save-A-Lots in Butler, but both are now permanently closed, including this one. This Save-A-Lot is at Pullman Square, and it is now permanently closed, which really sucks. Regardless, I was expecting an accelerator, and this was made in 2019 with the 0.8 nozzle. Yeah, I mean, it worked very nicely, and the pitch was a little bit, it was slightly higher than average, but regardless, it still drive very nicely. It felt great, and yeah, there's, no negative comments about using this, so let's move on to the next. Now the Gaves in Butler. This is also in Pullman Square, and this had a 2020 0.8 accelerator. This one performed pretty much similarly to the last accelerator, although the pitch was average. So, yeah, that's not really a fact. I mean, it's not really a factor at all. Yeah, I mean, they operate very smoothly. There isn't really much else to comment or explain about this, so let's move on. Now, going on to this accelerator. This is at a speedway, yes, but I actually got the location wrong. This is actually in Lindora, PA, not Butler, PA. However, Lindora is literally next to Butler. So I guess that's kind of half credit, I guess. Anyway, this is made in 2018 with the 1.1. Yeah, I mean, it still drive very nicely, and also operated very nicely. going on about this accelerator. I'm sure you know where this is. I mean, it clearly says it on there, so obviously that would be an easy one. At the Dunkin' Donuts, this particular one is on North Main Street, and I was expecting an accelerator. I don't think I said my predictions for the Gabes and the Speedway, but I set accelerators as my final prediction for both. This particular accelerator here is made in 2015 with a 1.1 nozzle. Again, dried very nicely, operated quite nicely. No other further comments to really say about it, so let's move on. Here's another Dunkin', obviously based on the cover. This particular one is on Route 8. This is at the point now where I'm actually heading back to where I was before. This Dunkin' is on the way back. Anyway, I was expecting a thinner because the Dunkin' just got recently renovated, and it literally opened like a few weeks prior to whenever I caught this dryer. So that was pretty cool. The pitch on this was normal. The pitch on this was average. However, it did not particularly sound all that good, honestly. The startup and shutdown were both sounding kind of rough. Obviously, it dried pretty decently for what it is. Yeah, I don't necessarily have any negative comments to really say about operation of this jar. Third Airblade V of the compilation, and this is at the Starbucks in Gibsonia. So I was predicting a Dyson Airblade V, but I was not predicting an AB12 at all. I was actually predicting an HO2 because, well, this is my first AB12, so of course I wouldn't have known. I do really like the AB12. The louder sound I do like. However, there is a little bit of a philosophy change I have with the HO2 and AB12, as yes, I do think that the AB12 is a little bit stronger. However, I don't think that the dry time is too much of a difference. And that's exactly the same thing for me with accelerators. Like, the point-in 1.1 accelerators, to me at least, like, I like them for different reasons, but basically, I don't see a difference in the dry time for both the accelerators and Dyson Airblade Vs. This The power, yes, very noticeable on both types of dryers I'm going over. Yeah, AB12, this is my first one, and this is a very nice dryer. Now the last dryer in this compilation, the only slim dry in Various Hand Dryers caught number 12. So I was pretty much expecting a slim dry at this Taco Bell. This isn't Gibsonia, by the way. This is the second L974 slim dry I've ran into at a Taco Bell. And this one, unlike the one on Freeport Road in Harmer Fox Chapel, this particular slim dry did not sound all that good. It was a bit more on the louder side, and the pitch was a little bit lower. That's kind of the only negative operational comment I should really say there. So, yeah, there you have it. And that'll do it for the recap video of Various Hand Dryers Caught number 12. If you guys liked it, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And turn on my notification bell. And of course, the main video of Various Hand Dryers Caught number 12 will be down in the description box below. And until next time, SG13 is signing out.